There's supposed to be enough lifeboats for everyone. There's supposed to be extra lifeboats on the ship. There's supposed to be enough lifeboats for 2/3 of the crew. Although some people could double bunk inside of the cabins, and sometimes there is more crew. Anyway, I don't really know. It's my fault. They were gonna only have 1/3 or no lifeboats at all. And like I said, I yelled and screamed. There was a point in time when they were going to cut the lifeboats, or at least only have 1/3 of the lifeboats on board the ship to leave extra deck space or something like that. And I yelled and screamed and said, whose company is this? And like I said, they were going to have no lifeboats or only 1/3 lifeboats. And I said, no, I want a lifeboat for every person, or at least 2/3 lifeboats at least. So like I said, I put down my foot, and I think at one point in time I might have been overruled, and that's probably when I left the LS White Star Line company. There was a point in time when I walked away, when I said, I'm done with this company. I still retained ownership though, and I forget exactly when it was, but there was a point in time when I basically had enough, because they were going to cut the lifeboats down to half or no lifeboats at all. And I said, either you put those lifeboats back on that ship or I walk, or something like that. I forget exactly the details of it, but I screamed and shouted and got mad at them, because you know, we always have enough lifeboats. We always had enough of what's called, and they were like, well, we don't need lifeboats, and they were saying, or we only need 1/3 of lifeboats, and I was like, and I put down my foot and said, no, you have to have lifeboats for everyone, or at least 2/3 the crew at least. I will not have my name on a ship without lifeboats, regardless. So you put those lifeboats back on that ship, or you have them on there, and I don't care. Stack them double, figure out a way of doing it. Double stack them, I don't care. But you better have those, latch them to the side hull of the ship if you have to. But I want those lifeboats on that ship. Anyway, and at one point in time they talked about not having lifeboats or 1/3 lifeboats, and I said, that's it, I'm leaving. I'm done. I will not have my name on a ship that is dangerous. Whatever. Anyway, though, it's one of those moments in time and space when basically I walked away from the company. I said, I'm leaving. That's it. I'm done. And I mean, I still retained ownership of White Star Line ship, but I was not going to have my people endangering other people. And that's probably about when I went off to go do flight and aircraft and stuff like that, because I mean, people could die, and then, like I say, then I spend the rest of my life out wondering, we could have saved more people, but there was enough room on decks. So well, they're all dead now. So anyway, like I said, and I berated them too. It's true. I said, whose company is this? Do you want to have those lives on your hands? I don't care how safe the ship is. Yes, it's a good ship, but still, those lives will rest on your conscience for the rest of your lives. So anyway, so just like those children on that ferry that drowned, every single one of my decisions, every single one of my times, I've always, we always have enough lifeboats, no matter how safe the ship is. So anyway, it was one of those times, So it's something that would haunt me for the rest of my life, and something that would send me to tears all the time about how I could have saved more people. And after the fact, I would even think and wonder, and blame myself for it. Maybe if I had argued harder, maybe if I had forced them. Anyway, lots of things would haunt me though. Bombing China or Japan, nuking Japan's two cities, Lucifer starship, Titanic not having enough lifeboats. They were going to take them all off, and then everyone would have died. So I guess it's lucky. I saved most of the people, but anyway, it's my fault. It's my fault. It haunt me for the rest of my life. But then there's been other things that have haunted me. Nuking a city. Getting my people killed. Sending people to go reclaim Paris. The Renault family. Being brave and sending people to go into Paris to take it back from those who had taken it. Massive race war with the blacks. There are many things in my existence, in my life, that would haunt me for many years and would leave me wondering, what if I had done this different? What if I had done that different? And like I said, I tried to instill that onto my people. After the fact later on, you'll be wondering, what if you had done things different? And like I said, unfortunately, the Titanic went down. And some other people got to be in my situation. What if they had done things different? And changes were made to the next ship. It's like, great. Changes are always made to the next ship. How many have to die first? How many lives? Anyway, I had an Irishman that basically voiced my opinion to the group, to the board, to the council, to the men. Back in the day. A good man, probably named Samuel or something. And I would understand my viewpoint and understand how I feel about things. I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about the deck space. I cared about those lives. And it's true. 90% of the time, they're not needed. The ship went 60 years to 80 years, 90 years until that final night when it went down. And great. So she's carried 1 million people, minus 2,000. Mostly a perfect safety record, except for that one time. Still, then the rest of the people are alive, and those people aren't. I said we had a network of ships. Every ship listened for the White Star Line ships, and would even turn around and go give aid to those ships that are in need. And like a buddy system. White Star Lines would even pull up side of other ships that were floundering to render aid and even give a tow. I said that's another thing about the Titanic and other ships. They would tow stranded ships, like a lot of ships would break down mid-ocean and be floundering, and we'd pull alongside and throw one of our anchors or one of our ropes or some of my chains to the other ship and latch on, and then we'd pull her across the ocean too, right behind us. So, so White Star Lines had a different. Like I said, everything was different about White Star Lines. Everything. We'd tow ships across the ocean if they needed help. We had more than enough power, so we'd move along at 18 knots instead of 36. It doesn't matter. What matters is protecting life and rendering aid to those who are stranded. So, anyway, yeah. So what we did, we'd pull ships off the beaches. We'd pull ships along through the ocean. We did all kinds of stuff, and that's why all ships would turn around and render aid to a White Star Line ship, because we had rendered aid to them before. So